I know how much you all love kids, but get them the fuck away from the monitor. It's Blindside Guide, let's go! Let's go, Blindside Guide, let's go! Woo! 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 What's up, goblins? It's Bankor here. And this is your guide for a blue hunter. That's right, gentlemen, that's right. It's a blue hunter guide. Let's go! Let's go! Blue hunter, yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby! Let's go. By far the most underrated spec in all three specs of the hunter. I get it. Everyone talks about the red one because it's a must. Everyone talks about the yellow one because it's a meme. But no one talks about blue one. Everyone almost tells you to forget it fucking exists. But guess what? They're just a bunch of bitches. That's why they tell you that. In all honesty, I haven't even seen any of those motherfuckers tell you what the fuck class points do in your fucking class tree. So I wouldn't trust them to even have an opinion on what spec to play on a hunter. By far the easiest class to play, the easiest class to get into the game with, the easiest class to farm, the easiest class to solo, the easiest class to just chill and vibe. It's a really good class. It's boring sometimes if you play red, very fun sometimes if you play yellow, and just the right balance if you play blue. Alright, let's go. Alright, I got my cigarette. I don't have coffee, so don't mind me, I might not be very on point, but look, at first I thought maybe, you know what, fuck it, I just gonna show you the trait tree like everyone else does and you can copy it, cause you know, why the fuck would you need to know what you're putting your points in? Who the fuck cares, right? Look, all you need to know is that I parse 130,000. That's all you need to know. Here's a guide on a hunter. No, this is not gonna help you boys. What I'm gonna do is just like a proper Giga Chad. I'm just gonna respec. Fuck it. Oh, boom, it's gone. Oh no! Oh, it's gone. Oh, but my shortcuts. Oh, my hotkeys. No, I'm gonna. You see, it's so easy to just respec and show people how the fuck you gonna like spec it. So people like just put them through the process. Like you have to respect your tree anyways. You're gonna respect your tree as any class at any point anyways. If you wanna record, like if you wanna make a guide on a class, why not record that part? Why not show people your brain process behind, you know, the stupid shit that you do? Which I will show you right now. So, gentlemen, look at this piece of garbage. We have blue tree, huntsman, we have red tree, bowmaster, we have trapper of foes, yellow tree. Those are the three main specs that you choose. TLDR, huntsman is mobile, short range, dog shit damage. Bowmaster, immobile, long range, good damage. Trapper of foes, immobile, mobile when throwing bombs, pretty funny, shit damage, but so fucking hilarious. It's a really good line. It deserves its own guide, but to be honest, if you compare yellow line to the rest of them, it's so fucking mismanaged. I mean, who would write a fucking guide on this piece of dog shit? Anyways, this is not what we're discussing. We're discussing this bad boy. Now, I get it, fellas. I get it. They'll tell you that forget about the blue line. Just run the red one. Just run the red one, bro. Just run it. Bro, just prepare your yellow hunter, bro. I swear their work is gonna be good. Just prepare your yellow. I swear it's gonna be good. No. Just cook up this. Just cook up huntsman. Fuck this shit. It's boring as fuck. Bowmaster, I don't give a fuck that I can shoot my quick shot faster than I can breathe. I don't give a shit, man. I really don't give a shit. What I care about is having fun. Enjoying playing. You know? Blue Hunter can enjoy doing many things. It can solo instances. It can solo tier 12 delvings. It can solo anything as long as you put effort and a lot of sweat into it. Blue Hunter is the way to solo the game. If you're a loner, introverted, and you prefer some strong class that has easy mechanics, that does a lot of damage, and it's not very, like, I don't know, seizure inducing, you would pick a huntsman. You wouldn't pick a bowmaster. Who the fuck wants to see you motherfucker stand on one place and shoot your arrows and then forget that everyone else already has left? You're literally there fucking alone just shooting your arrows. Oh wow, but I have a long range. Who gives a fuck? Your teammates are on the other side of the fucking field. Don't play this line if you're like in a landscape. Play it in a raid. This is the most optimal line for a raid because it does a lot of damage. It has a really fast induction. It's perfect for damage checks. It's perfect for DPS checks. For landscape, it's dog shit. Even yellow line is better for landscape. But what is the best for fucking everything? Absolutely everything. And they'll tell you otherwise. And you know why they'll tell you otherwise? Simple fucking reason. They've never ever properly played Blue Hunter, and it fucking shows. Because they wouldn't be crying about it so fucking hard. Be like, oh, but Red Hunter has such a big damage. Who gives a fuck about damage? Like, for real, who gives a shit? Do you guys ever have fun? Do you smile? Do you like crack jokes or something? Do you ever bring bitches to your house? I don't think so. So, pipe up, motherfucker. Stop crying about it. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, after a little mic issue, I had to go get a coffee and roll a joint. But I'm back. Alright, let's start with the class trait tree. What do you want as a Blue Hunter? What do you want to maximize? What do you want to get out of this trait tree? People don't usually tell you anything about, what does a Red Hunter wants to get out of the trait tree, or what does Hunter, just in general, what does your class want to get out of the trait tree? For Blue, it's very easy. We need to unlock 2 skills, we need to get 3 damage boosts, and we need to maximize as much as possible our focus damage. Now, the other things we can do on the way to improve our damage as a Blue Hunter is we could maximize our dot damage, which you can do twice in all of these 3 trees, and also, depending on whether you play on a landscape or whether you PvP or whether you're glass or whether you're tanky, we wanna prioritize either AoE, survivability, or just raw damage, straight up. There is gonna be a lot of variability between playstyles that you guys choose. Not many skills to choose from, not many class traits to choose from. However, different configurations bring different results, and it shows, it feels, you will sense it yourself. So don't worry, it's still very exciting to respec into something else. Alright. So, focus damage, 3 buff skills, and unlock 2 remaining damage skills that we need. Straight up, the first tier of the Huntsman, we have Strong Draw, which is exactly what we need for the focus damage. It gives you damage for bow skills that consume focus. It gives you up to 25 increase on rank 5. And if you look at the fine print on rank 6, rank 6, you get 15% chance to reduce focus cost of all skills by 1 if you consume a focus skill. Which is really nice. For your rotation, as a Blue Hunter, that's perfect. So you'll probably put you'll probably put a point into it. However, you could also experiment. You don't have to. You just keep the damage if you want to. You can prioritize more induction damage instead. But this, by default, I think is really good. All 6 ranks of Strong Draw, I think is beautiful. However, impact arrows, range damage, they don't tell you what it is. It is just physical damage. It's just physical damage in ranged form. It will literally reflect on your C-tab as physical damage in range form. It's completely... it doesn't even tell you, not even close to telling you what it actually means. It's just a primary stat boost. Every line has the same primary stat boost. You see here, range critical chance is just critical rating. It's just another way to call critical rating. It's so stupid. And then you also have, see here, physical mitigations, tactical mitigations. For some reason, these ones are called appropriately, like the way they're called in your C-tab. However, these 2 are just fucking with you, and in most cases, I'm pretty sure most of the Hunter players are not even aware that those are your boosts to your critical rating and to your physical mastery. Now, why does it matter so much, and why do I get annoyed for the fact that no one mentions it? One simple thing. You don't need this garbage. You don't need impact arrows. Just throw them out. Most people waste their points on this shit. You don't need it. At most, what you will need is probably critical rating. Because, hear me out, guys, hear me out. So, physical rating can be boosted by 100%, right? This shit only gives you 5% boost of a 100% boost, which is, in reality, 5%. Critical rating, however, can be boosted by 30%. So 5% of 30% is way fucking more than this piece of garbage. It's not even a good trade-off. I don't know, like, first of all, I'm not even sure why they put it here. If anything, they should have doubled the amount of the range DPS that you can get, because it would make sense. Why am I like 1/6 from capping my critical rating just by maxing this, and then I'm 1/20th away from capping my physical mastery by capping this? 1/6 versus 120. This is a brain dead mathematics, man. Completely stupid. Anyways, my numbers are dog shit. Might be completely wrong, but this just don't dump any points into this. No, say no to physical mastery. You can always substitute physical mastery with essences, with gear, with traits. Virtue traits. With all that stuff, not your class traits. You want those class traits for your big, massive cog damage. You want it to be humongous. You want it to be so big that people will be like, wow, he gets bitches. Yeah, you want to be like this. Look, Red Hunter doesn't do it, because Red Hunter tries to be like DPS, but you will never see a Red Hunter in a tier 5 raid. You know why? Because they can't DPS. Hunter cannot DPS. So it doesn't matter how much you try to DPS. You won't be able to. The best you can do is look like you're doing some shit. And guess what? Blue Hunter always looks like he's doing some shit. So, fuck this shit. We don't need physical mastery. Second tier. Boom. Second tier. We don't need latent concentration. Fuck it. It's not important to you. You wouldn't find yourself using it too much. Maybe sometimes, but not really. What we need is, one of the shots that we haven't got yet is split shot. We just put 1 point into it. You don't need to put more points, because more points means more split shot max range, which means it's more like an AoE build rather than a single target landscape. You wouldn't want it in a single target. You would definitely want it in an AoE build. But I would recommend to have a different transfiguration for this. Then, quick shot focus. That's really good if you have focus problems. If you have problems generating focus in the blue line, which you really shouldn't. I rarely have focus problems in blue line. But if you do, this is the way to solve it, because you would probably by default use quick shot anyways. So just slot as many points as you want into this to unlock more tiers. Press onward. Very underrated skill. It's like one of the must skills to have for a hunter if you want to solo shit. You would definitely, both PvP, PvE, you would put 1 point into it if you are reasonable, because 50k HP regen on 1.5 minutes is really good. And if you slot the right tracery, you cut the cooldown by half, so it's 45 seconds. That's really good. And then when you look at the fine print, 50k and plus 15% run speed, if you look at it, it's in combat. It's not out of combat. It's really good. Really good to escape shit. And hold up, that's not where it ends. They won't tell you this shit in other guys, but I'll tell you. If you pick this shit, slot the tracery, get the 45-second one, then you look at the Cry of the Hunter and you realize that Cry of the Hunter can also be tuned down to 45 seconds, and it gives you 10% run speed in combat and out of combat. You realize you can combine these two skills together. And it's a gig of, like, you won't have a better survival chance on any other character just using such two absolutely dogshit skills together. They're so good. They're made to make love to each other. You get this skill, you use it with the Cry of the Hunter, or you use it separately, or you just use them together in some type of rotation. They're really good. Press Onward is really good. You would want to slot more into Press Onward on the landscape though. If you're trying to solo shit, if you're trying to go tier 12 delvings, you would want to put this shit on. Because honestly, I run tier 12 delvings in glass. So I would prefer to have like a massive heal to save me in a moment of eating shit. And trust me, I eat shit in every delving. Like, I swear, bro, I've done 400 of those delvings, maybe 200-300 of tier 12 delvings. Most of them I've eaten shit at least once, twice, or thrice. It won't matter. This at least will make you eat shit less, way less. It's really good. Slot more into Press Onward. Fuck the damage. Again, as I mentioned, Hunters don't have damage. Forget about damage. Damage is not your most important thing. Your most important thing is being a fucking hunter. Your most important thing is that at the end of the day, you'll bring the food to the table. That's the most important thing. You don't have to bring the food to the table in 10 seconds. You don't have to do it in 20 seconds. You don't have to run the almost optimal rotation to bring food to the table. You just have to bring it. And this is the way to bring it. You get press onward, you slot it. For landscape, not for PvP. For PvP, it's bad. Don't do it for PvP. Pathfinder, ignore it. We don't need it. For landscape, it's fun. You need a special spec tree for it. Honestly, don't waste your trait points on Pathfinder on your main tree, because it just adds your out of combat speed boost. Basically, this little thing that every hunter is known for this shit. This one, find the path. Right now I have 12% because I guess by default it's like 10% or something. But don't slot anything into it. You already have like 10% boost by default. You don't need more. So what do you do in order to progress? You just slot something to progress, to be honest. Again, no big brain. Just, I usually, don't get this, but if you have no choice, get it. Fuck it. Who cares? Alright, you see here, this line is the sauce. Okay, now we're getting to the business. Now this is where the big dick is coming from. From this point onward, we're eating good. Alright, Blood Arrow, eat it up. Nom 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 nom. Exsanguinate, eat it up. Nom nom nom. However, if you drop it by a point, you get a 66% chance of application, not a 100% chance. And that's a good fucking odd. I like it personally. Sometimes I drop a point just to see if it works, and trust me, yes, it didn't apply in many cases when I wanted to apply it. So yeah, it does butt hurt. Yeah, it does teach you a lesson. Usually you would just put a point into it. It's one fucking point. Really not a big waste. Just eat it up. Dot damage. Woohoo! This is one of the secondary shits that we're trying to get. So for the sake of showing you how I do it, I always get it. I always put most into it, and then I put most into this one. Look, remember when I said that you can get dot damage all across the 3 trees? These are the 2 things that will give you dot damage. Natural extracts and barbed fury, right? Yeah. 45% combined. That's pretty spicy. That is not combining with your weapon traceries. If you got some dot traceries, mamma mia, this is really good. You can buff it up. You can basically double the strength of your bleeds. It's really good. Do it if you want to go into bleeds build. Alright, Heartseeker, always put a buff on Heartseeker. Every Heartseeker buff that you see will always benefit the blue line. Always. So get this one. Okay, now we're getting to the spiciest trait of the tree. The volley. Now this shit is so good. This shit is extremely good. I'm telling you. You see a difference immediately when you tear up this bitch. This shit is fucking bussing. I would recommend to keep it at least 3 tiers and then, work around, maybe tear it up a bit, tear it down a bit. But you feel the difference. What it does basically, on every time you use a focus skill, it has a chance to completely remove induction of your next induction skill. So let's say if you're running your focus rotation like Barrage, Blood Arrow, Exsanguinate, there is a chance for each skill of those to reset any next skill that has induction. So you run your Blood Arrow, Exsanguinate, Barrage, and then you press Heartseeker, and boom, it casted immediately. And you're thinking, what the fuck? This shit is supposed to be 1.5 second induction. What the hell happened? This is what happened. This bitch happened. And it's good. It's good that it happened, because you want it to happen. Usually, yeah, as I said, I slot 3, maybe 4, maybe even more. I just experiment, but you do feel this bitch. It's really good. Keep it. Now, there's actually just 2 bits that we need to get from these 2, and 2 bits that we don't need to get from these 2, but they're good for PvE, they're good for landscape, and 2 bits that are really good for everything. They're just general use good. General use good are, of course, Rapid Fire, it's our damage boost, and Strength of the Earth, which is another damage boost. Basically, you have 2 in all honesty, they should have been combined together. I don't know why they're separate, but they're two damage boosts that really do the damage on Blue Hunter. There is nothing else you can do on a Blue Hunter except get this, and then later we're gonna get Burn Hot. This is the only 3 damage makers on your class. In general, on a hunter. You won't find better damage dealing skills than this. So you would get this, and then precision. Do you want precision? I would say maybe yes, maybe just put 1 point into it. Do you honestly have problems with focus in your Blue Hunter? Not really. If you already slotted shit into quick shot, you won't have any problems with the focus. But if you do experience problems with the focus, I would recommend balancing between this and the quick shot. Cause I'm just saying, quick shot is not the most powerful skill. It's just really good in this case because it does help you get focus for the good skills, for the actually good skills. However, it's in itself a shit skill. Whereas precision, you don't have to waste your points on this shit skill. You can just automatically passively gain it. And you can slot like 2 points, right? Yeah. You can slot 2 points to gain it every 3 seconds. 1 focus. That's pretty good. So by default, I would recommend keep it at 1. But in reality, just try it out. See how it fits. If you have problems with focus, you know where to fix them. Now, this shit. Moving target. My friends told me it's bad in moors, so I don't use it in moors. However, in landscape, eat it up. Eat it up every time. And the greatest part about it, you can combine it with a yellow line. Because you have survival gear here, which if you slot 6 ranks, you get 8% on each mitigation, which then opens you another 5% on evade. Boom. You have 5% on evade. You have 5% on evade. 10% evade, 8% on each mitigation. So 16% mitigation, 10% evade. That's big boost to your survival. And guess what? Just if it wasn't convenient enough already, you have endurance stance being boosted right below. You can just slot points into there running endurance, because by itself endurance is a good survival stance. It's just really bad for damage. But we're not doing this right now, so I'm sorry, gentlemen. We're taking your way, confiscating all your points. I'm sorry you're yellow, you're piss color, no one likes you. We're going into red instead. Red color. Sounds like blood. To be honest, it is blood. It's just not the blood you would consider. You would think, oh, red hunter, blood, probably a lot of damage. Yeah. Hemorrhoids. Red hunters are known to suffer from hemorrhoids, from the amount of time they spend sitting on the same fucking place, not doing anything, absolutely nothing, just scratching their ass against the concrete. Hemorrhoids. That's why it's red color, because of the blood in your ass. Literally. How do you start slotting into your bowmaster? Very simple. All three of them are good. As I told you before, critical rating, it just makes sense to slot more, because comparatively 5% of 30% is just creme de la creme, in my opinion. However, if you look at the fast draw, it reduces your bow inductions on every quick shot, and in precision stance, you'll be boosting quick shot anyways, and here you're boosting quick shot anyways, so you might as well boost it here anyways, because if you're going to be using quick shot, might as well buff it up as much as you can, if you can. However, pen shot critical, like this is really good. So it's unlike this line, unlike the first rank of the Huntsman, the first rank of the Bowmaster is really juicy. You really have to like choose, mix and match between what you want to choose, because you don't want to waste all of your points on the first rank. All your juice is fucking here. But you do want to take everything. Like, it all looks so nice. It all looks like it would like make your dick hard. And it does. So just mix and match, fellas. It's really, I really cannot tell you. It's all fucking nice. However, what is not nice, and that's just personal opinion, is swift bow. Don't pick that shit. Maybe pick that shit and tell me how it works, but I never picked it. I don't know how it works. Just don't pick it. I usually just pick this shit. Draw weight, induction, bow damage. Now that you've boosted your focus bow damage to your most, you can start boosting your induction damage. Instead of your barrage, blood arrow, Exsanguinate, Merciful. You can now boost your Swift Bow, your Heartseeker, your Quick Shot. By the way, Quick Shot is also an induction shot. I know, 0.4 seconds. Sounds like no induction, but it is. And guess what? Volley can reset it as well, so be fucking careful. Don't let Volley reset your Quick Shot, because it will. But it is time to boost your induction damage. Just slot everything in there. Yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Now here, third line. Quick recap, Strength is a really bad stand. Like, it's not really good for damage. It's good for the Traceries that you can get. You can get 2 Traceries, one boosts the damage, and another one boosts the slow on your Quick Shot. Basically, your Quick Shot now operates like a barbed arrow, except lighter version, and you can spam it on everyone, and it's really nice. For landscape, for survival, for delvings, I run my delvings and strength stance with the Traceries. It's really good. It's really helpful. You survive. You solo everything. Beautiful. For general purpose, however, dog shit. Cancel it. Fuck it. Even endurance is better. Alright, so we skip this. However, this one you can consider. Quick escape. Low cut now applies a 3-second route. That's fucking nice. That's actually fucking nice. You would think this is a dog shit skill, and you're right. However, by default, you get this skill with a minus 50% target run speed for 10 seconds. And you can reset it every 10 seconds. Basically, you can reapply the same debuff. Bro, that's busted. And look, you could see this an AoE skill. You goddamn fucking right, do the Traceries for AoE, bump up this shit. I did put the AoE, target count on. And yes, it does change. It does fucking change. I mean, I can show you right now if you want. Where is it? This one, I guess. Look, it was 5 before, now it's 8. Mamma mia! And guess what? Cry of the Hunter, same shit. Now it's 9. Before, it used to be what, 6? Yup, 6. So I'm saying, guys, this shit might sound dumb as fuck. However, in the grander scheme of things, when you know that you can boost this shit to some unpredictably retarded results, this is what you get. It's really funny. And guess what? You can pair this stuff and be even more annoying with this little skill. Rain of Thorns. Which also does the same similar shit. I'm just saying, this shit is funny. It looks funny on paper. In reality, it is funny. I tested it out. It's pretty hilarious. My friends are molding. I'm laughing. This shit is funny. Alright. But we don't generally want this. Fuck it. We already have a really good low cut. We don't want to slot more points unless you want to geek around and try some shit out, but fuck it. What we want is this line. We get everything. Except this. We just get one point because this is the second skill that we need to unlock. And now we're done. No, we're not done. We need to get this one. Now we're done. Guys, we're done. That's it. Straight line is done. Whew, that was fast. Alright, boys, in reality, you don't need more than this. I already busted you out fully. What you can do is, do we get dot? Yeah, we got dot. We don't need this. Let's say, I would put more into volley. I would probably get more into induction speed, right? Yeah. And then, more bow damage. Boom. Now we have 1 point left, and we need to slot it into something. Although, I have no fucking clue what to slot it in. Shit. Fuck. Okay, what if... No? Help! Fuck! Okay, maybe we'll take this away. Sort it in here. Okay, now that looks good enough. Alright, fellas. Now, this is your primary Blue Hunter build. Now, what did I do here? Why is it finished? Because this is our last buff. This is all we need. We need this. We need this. We need this. These are... Remember, as I said at the beginning, what do we need out of our blue line? We need all 3 buffs that we can get. Fuck! Get away. Man. This fucking mouse. I can't deal with this DPI, man. I'm fucking old, man. Alright, we need these 3 buffs. Then we need the most boost to our focus. We got it here. Yes. And we need to unlock the remaining 2 skills. which is split shot and rain of arrow. Now, both of them are AoE, yes, they're perfect for AoE, but they're also perfect for single target because they're actually big damage. They're really good. And one of them is even focus skill. Woohoo! Perfect for our focus rotation. So we pretty much got everything that we wanted. Then we got our dots. Yes, we got our dots. Now, look at these bad boys. Now, since we have a problem with focus, we can also reset our focus real fast with quick shot. And now, also, if we got our problems with inductions, we can also quickly reset inductions with our volley if you max it out. Also, our quick shot now reduces more inductions. So it doesn't just reduce inductions already? No, it doesn't just apply focus, but it also reduces. I'm just saying, look, on paper, this bitch sounds so good. In practice, I don't know, but on paper, it sounds delicious. So we stick to this. We just apply. Hell yeah! Fuck this mouse, man. All right, that's it for the trait tree. How do you actually do big damage in a matter of milliseconds? It's very fucking easy. Step number 1, you get a cigarette. Step number 2, you light it. 1 second. Step number 2, you light it. Step number 3, you take a puff, you relax, you look at your opponent, you eye him viciously. Maybe you like strike an emote or something. Yes. And then you learn to animation cut. Like this. Boom! Profit. I know, it was impeccable. I don't know what to say. I'm just built different. This is how you make damage. Look, you wouldn't see my meter. I hide it here because those numbers are just not for human eyes. You wouldn't comprehend how big of a damage I just did in a bunch of button presses on my on my keyboard. Honestly, I'm impressed myself. Not gonna lie, that was my quickest parse. I was phenomenal. Alright, so what's the actual order of these 5 skills that you can use as an opener for any fight, no matter PvE, PvP, any fight in a blue? Very easy. You start with the Strength of Earth, you go into Burn Hot, Animation Cut, into Improve Focus, Animation Cut, into Barrage, into Heartseeker, into Rapid Fire, and then you start your focus rotation with all your focus skills. Occasionally, cutting with a Blindside, because Blindside is an immediate skill. You can cast it at any point to cut any animation, and focus skills, all of them have animations. Also, induction skills, upon release, they have an animation which you can cut easily with Blindside. This is your rotation. In practice, it would look something like this. Yeah, you see I casted this, and then yeah, oops. Start just doing this shit. And occasionally cut with this. Boom, boom. And you see, because we slotted previously into that skill that kind of, you know, occasionally removes your induction on the use of a focus skill, we can throw in Swift Bow, which in reality is the best skill you can use because Bard's Arrow does a lot of damage, so does Split Shot. But Swift Bow is, yeah, if you combine the numbers, you can see why you would probably use this one on your no induction shot. But that's how you run your rotation. It's easy. You don't do more than this. Like, honestly, this is all you do. You just repeat this shit. What makes the damage in this rotation? I always assumed it was pen shot, and I think at some point it was indeed a pen shot that was very strong. But if you look at it, heck, Bard's Arrow is stronger than this dog shit. So when you run your rotation in rapid fire, your strongest skill is actually Barrage, but it doesn't tell you that it tears up. But if you actually look at it, you can see that with every tier, it tears up. Like Barrage 3 right now has double the damage that it used to have on Barrage 1. So this is your strongest skill. However, as you can see, now it has a longer cooldown. As before it used to have 2 seconds, now it had like, I don't know, 10 seconds? Even I don't fucking know. I don't honestly give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is how can I utilize Barrage in the rotation. And it's simple. It's Barrage, 2 skills, Barrage, 2 skills, Barrage. The amount it takes for Barrage to reset before next Barrage is another 2 focus skills, like Blood Arrow, Exsanguinate, Pen Shot, Rain. All of these skills, just 2 of them will, and then you reset the Barrage. If you can run any rotation using like combination of these focus skills resetting the Barrage, just do it. There is no optimal way to do it. Maybe there is, but in all honesty, it's all situational. It is always this way. Barrage, 2 skills, Barrage, 2 skills, Barrage. It could be also Barrage, 1 focus, 1 induction. Barrage, 1 focus, 1 induction. Depends on how fast your inductions are. Let's say it could be Barrage, Pen Shot, Quick Shot, because Quick Shot has a very quick induction. It could, however, also be Barrage, Pen Shot, Heartseeker, because you could have reset the Heartseeker induction with your volley or something, because you used Pen Shot or because you used Barrage. There is many combinations, and that's the point. There is no set one. You can just use anything, experiment, enjoy it. Just fucking jizz on people with it, as long as you press it fast. It's me from the future. I'm here to explain how bleeds and debuffs work when you run your rotation, because I actually forgot completely, and I think it's very important, because why would we be slotting Pen Shot on a first rank in Bowmaster? Why would we be doing that? I mean, it sounds pretty cool, but there's no explanation. So, here you go. Quickly, Pen Shot, if you go at it, if you did what I did, you would see that it has a lot of debuffs. It might be a shit skill to use, right? But it has a lot of debuffs that last for 10 seconds. So inevitably, you'll have to kind of spam Pen Shot too, because you want to be updating those debuffs all the time. Heartseeker, if you did what I did, you would see that it has actually 2 bleeds. It doesn't have 1 bleed. You would see that right here, you could see 10,784 every 2 seconds for 20 seconds. So basically 10 times, so around 100k damage in bleeds. That's by default from Heartseeker, and like, you know, boosting all the bleeds. With 1 extra trait, we get another bleed if the target is already bleeding. This is the reason why I am running as my opener a Barbed Arrow followed by the Heartseeker, because in PvE setting it works every time. In PvP setting, what usually could happen is you'll get your Barbed Arrow cleared or something. So that way, at least, you're not suffering from like losing anything from Heartseeker. You're just throwing that shit in there. Maybe, just maybe, they get to clear Barbed after you applied the Heartseeker. So, you know, the damage is already kind of started doing its deal. So, however, it's just, the point is, it is always better to apply Heartseeker to already bleeding target. And you can cause bleeding in many ways. Barbed Arrow, you have Exsanguinate. I think you have, is it this one? No, it might be the, no, the other one just removes the Barbed Arrow. But yeah, you have these 2 skills that in themselves are 2 other bleeds. They will automatically apply this buff if you push a Heartseeker after them. So, I'll show you how it looks on an example. So, you know, we're running the simple rotation that I showed you. You will start seeing that as I go on this window, as I go with my rotation, you'll start seeing that more and more bleeds appear. I have 3 of them. It doesn't show the 4th one because I didn't bother to configure it, because I'm not that sweaty. However, you get the point. You see the timers of them, and you can also see that the shortest one of them is Barbed Arrow, which means that Barbed Arrow along with Pen Shot are going to be the two debuffs, I mean the main debuff and the main bleed that you'll be constantly applying. So do not worry about spamming these two. Do not worry about spamming these two as you spam your quick shot, because in reality, it's good. If you're going alone, yes, you would prioritize, like, optimizing your timing or something. But if you're going in a party setting, at least you're applying some debuffs. At least you're applying some bleeds. Just make sure you apply those debuffs and you keep maintaining those bleeds. As you saw, Barbed Arrow is by far the shortest. I think, let me see, Exsanguinate. Exsanguinate is 20 seconds, so Exsanguinate and Heartseeker around the same time for bleed, except, of course, duration of the bleed upon the bleeding target is, I guess, 8 seconds, right? Yeah, that's what it says. Don't matter, this bleed is just optional. It's always a good cherry on top. It's like, this is the reason why we beefed up the Heartseeker so much, is to get that extra dot damage. And it's good because all the dot buffs that we chose previously apply to everything, and trust me, Heartseeker might not be doing big damage as a nuke skill, but as a bleed target, it's really good. Apply it on top of the Barbed Arrow, it's giga good. If you throw in Exsanguinate, you can pretty much just destroy anyone just by letting them bleed out. It's really good. Another thing I'm not showing is the debuffs. Yeah, the main debuffs you get is Pen Shot. Yeah, I don't have a window, unfortunately. And yeah, Heartseeker. That's pretty much it. You don't really get any other important debuffs from the Blue Hunter. I guess not from any hunter, except of course you get it from Yellow, but there's not a Yellow Hunter guide. Sorry, lads. Now, skills that people don't know maybe have some secret uses, which I didn't know they had secret uses, and I learned it because my mommy said that I'm smart, so I decided to be smart, and I'm a grown-up boy, and I decided to read some shit. Ooh, removes one tier of up to 3 different corruption effects. Ooh, that's a useful skill. Ooh, minus 50% run speed for 10 seconds, cooldown 10 seconds, meaning I can spam it? Ooh, that's curious. Heartseeker. If you did what I did, you would have this. Oh wow, bleeding. Oh wow, bleeding on bleeding. Oh wow, incoming healing modifier. God damn, those are really useful skills for what is supposedly supposed to be a big dig damage, like nuke skill. But in reality, it has more utility rather than actual horsepower. It has more horse shit than actual horsepower. That's how bad Heartseeker is now. Man, I remember times when this skill used to like almost one-shot people. Now, it makes you cry. Every time you go through your damage logs to find how many points your Heartseeker took away from the enemy, like, you just start crying. It's honestly, it's not a fun venture. You just don't go into your damage log when trying to find out the numbers of Heartseeker and 150 update, man. Don't do it. Anyways, good utility skill. Use it. And then you look at this, Cry of the Hunter. The most underrated fucking skill that no one I don't see people use it. I mean, I see them use it sometimes, more like, oh, I just need to use it to escape. Oh, mama. Bro, but look at the size. Look at the size. It has so many utilities. It has minus target run speed. It has breaking days. It has making days. It has bubble. It has plus 20% run speed. And that is in combat and out of combat. Those are fucking massive buffs for a skill that is only 45 seconds cooldown, and it's pretty much dog shit to use. It's immediate. Like, it says it is fast, but honestly, it is immediate. It's like it is as immediate as rapid fire. You can just look. I'm running. You see? Boom. I don't have to stand. I don't have to do anything just to cast it. It's really good skill. It's very underrated. Everyone should use it on a hunter. More shit that is underrated. Cutting. Just animation cutting with Blindside. You see, you look at this long ass. Look at this long ass. Oh my god, I cannot even cast anything. Imagine trying to cure like 2 different dots on yourself, and you cannot cast anything. You're just stuck there, like staring at your opponent, and be like, sir, one moment, sir, just a bit." Fuck that shit. You can cut this shit immediately. In PvP, you just fight. You see how these kind of buttons they sit right next to. I can just do this and then boom, boom. You haven't even seen me like. It was just lightning quick, and I know I'm built like a fucking unit. I know. I'm out of this world. But if I swear you can do it too. You can do it too. You just learn to animation cut with Blindside. It's really useful. Into more shit that is kind of underrated is using your stance. You have 3 different stances. You have strength, you have endurance, and you have what is you usually using, precision. Pretty much this is a standalone best stance that you can use for DPS. However, the other 2 stances are pretty cool. Because for strength stance, you can slot strength traceries, which will give you increased slow for quick shot. It's basically every quick shot will slow your enemies by like 12%. That's pretty fucking busted, in my opinion. I think that's a pretty cool skill. Like, let me just pull it up. Stances. So yeah, you have endurance, precision, strength. Precision, your default. The reason people use precision, so everyone understands, is not because of this +1 focus every 3 seconds. It's because of that plus 20% bow critical multiplier. It's because of the it's because of the traceries you can slot into your weapons, which both are very good damage dealing traceries. For strength stance, those traceries, the same equivalent, are not as good. One of them boosts damage and the other one boosts the slow for the quick shot, which is good for landscape if you're trying to survive running solo. But if you're trying to deal damage, it's bad. Strength stance generally is bad for dealing damage. It's good for landscape. Endurance, however, is like the worst cousin. I don't think anyone uses endurance at all. I'm pretty sure it's just boring, because evade chance sounds like a nice thing to have on a blue hunter, and it is, because you can use this to escape. Let's say if you have to switch, you don't have to use precision stance all the time. You can switch to endurance at some point to get that little 10-second boost of survivability, and then you can switch back into precision if you want to go back into dealing damage. It's really good to switch between them. What is not good is to run any of these 3 but one. You only run precision. You run strength if you want to solo shit, but you have to slot traceries for it, and you run endurance only when you have to quickly slot for that 10-second bonus that you can get, and then you just slot back into your strength or your precision. Another underrated shit is using all of your bow skills. As a hunter, especially blue hunter, just use all of your bow skills, because look right here, I have a meter of the strongest skills that I use comparatively. So I have merciful on one end, which is the strongest, and the barbed arrow on the other one, which is the weakest. And you see that I also have Bard's Arrow hero, I have Split Shot even though I don't do AoE damage, and I have Rain of Arrows. That's because by default, even to a single target, all these skills do pretty good damage. It's pretty good. So just fucking use them. Use all of them, use them in the rotation. You don't have to use them on cooldown, just use them, they're good. And another underrated feature, another hidden feature of a blue hunter that not many people think about. Actually, in fact, matter of fact, this is the most important and the most secret sauce to playing blue hunter, both on the landscape and in PvP. Just learn how to fucking move. Just learn how to press your keys. Just learn how to dance. Outdance your opponents. Doesn't matter, PvP landscape. If you learn how to outdance your opponents, if you can learn in PvE how to exploit the mechanics of NPCs, how to use your slows, how to use your CCs while moving and keeping them at a distance while zoning them. If you can learn in PvP how to look at your opponent every time they try not to fucking look at you, if you learn how to viciously stare them down so they shit their pants, that's amazing, because If they shit their pants, you're already big step towards victory. All you have to do is learn how not to shit your pants, or at least if you let it slide, if you like, those times when you fart and it's so wet, it might not be a fart, right? In real life it's impossible, but in this game you gotta learn how to fucking unshit yourself, man. If you can learn how to unshit yourself, bro, they'll shit double seeing you unshit yourself. So just learn how to dance. That's the best part of the Blue Hunter, is the fact that you can move! You can run! Don't pick a Blue Hunter if you don't like moving. If you don't like moving, just pick red. Pick red. It's much better than Blue Hunter anyways. And last but not least, I guess it's legendaries? I don't know. Is that what people show in guides? Fuck. Come on. Alright, so I have a bunch of swap weapons, so honestly, legendary, the way you do your traceries is very situational, but here's my default setup. This is glass build. This is just glass build for PvP, but this works glass build for PvE as well. It's really good. There's some of them do not have traceries that would be good for survival, like Press Onward Tracery, which reduces the cooldown by half. Really good. You would want to slot it somewhere here. But generally, the rule you want to follow, as I follow here, is that you want general buffs, like Induction Bow, Focus Bow, Induction, Range Attack Evade, Quick Shot, Swift Bow, just general buffs. You want them to be on one weapon, and all your specific buffs, you want them to have on your swap weapons, so that you can, at any point, swap into a different spec, even in your current spec. Like, let's say I have a lot of single target here, and I have dots where my general damage, because I generally always use dots. What I switch is single target for AoE, and what I usually switch is damage dealing skills for survival skills. And I usually do it on one weapon. I don't do it on two. You can do it however you want. I just find it much more easier to only switch everything on one weapon and only have like one sword and 5 switch bows, or maybe one sword and 2 switch bows. Just makes it easier for me. Now, I would be lying if I told you there is like different combinations of traceries. There is not. Generally, what I have right here is probably the best you can get out of a hunter. It's like the best you can squeeze. All of them are yellow, but you can get them blue, you can get them purple, it doesn't matter. They all generally boost your damage kind of the same, a bit less, but what is less of nothing? Nothing really, so it's the same shit, man. Oh, also, one note, just use the inductions. I think everyone says the same shit. I mean, I experimented with like the Devastate magnitude stuff. It doesn't work. Like the only shit that I found out that works properly is the inductions and the critical rating precision with Heraldry of the Kin Serpent stack bonus, which basically four set bonus and 2 induction reductions, which is really good. It's basically the standard for, I guess, both red and blue. So for the end, I know there's gonna be a lot of people who'll be like, "Oh, Pancor, but you haven't slotted your class traits properly to optimize your damage," or "Oh, Pancor, but what the fuck do you do in between the barrage resetting for 10 seconds? What is the optimal damage rotation there? Oh, Pancor, but what is actually the best skills to use, and what is the best order to use?" To all of these, if you ever ask me, I'll tell you, how the fuck would I know? I wouldn't know. Who the fuck would know? Maybe nerds. I'm sorry, I'm not a nerd, unfortunately. For my mom, unfortunately, I'm not a nerd. I don't give a fuck. You're so right. You're in most cases, you're probably so fucking right. It's just I don't give a fuck. And I don't think anyone should give a fuck, to be honest. Just have fun. I want you to experiment, to do what I fucking do, to just be an idiot and enjoy it. If I can solo tier 12 delvings, so can you. If I can do it on a shitty class that barely does any damage for the only fucking spec that it does, so can you. You don't have to like know the most optimal shit. That's the point. You just have to know exactly what are the small bits that you have to look out for. I pointed to you at the bits, and now you know all the cool things that, let's say, I see as a hunter that attract me and make me horny. If they don't make you horny, that's fine. I'm 100% sure you'll find something that makes you horny. Whatever makes you horny, just let it suck you off. Don't let the fucking nerds suck you off. You don't want that fucking nerdy ass blowjob. Fuck them. Fuck their opinions. Blue Hunter, very juicy, very saucy. You don't want to be standing out there and everyone pointing finger at you and be like, oh, look at this fucking loser. He cannot even move. Bro, no, you want to be moving. You want to show them your dance moves. Like, bro, you don't want to be that guy who is just standing there spamming skills while everyone is running and like running away, and you're just by the end realizing that, oh fuck, I'm all alone. Because yeah, hell yeah, massive range, hell yeah, you just have to stand. But bro, boring. Fuck those. Both yellow and red lines, because of the fact that you have to stand all the time to cast skills, except the traps for the yellow hunter. It's really cool that you can run and just spam them. I think that's funny as fuck. I think it's hilarious. But look, those two lines have to stand. Those two lines have to stand. Matter of fact, they have to stand most of the fucking time, if not all of the fucking time. Matter of fact, Red Hunter is gonna get a fucking debuff if it moves a bit, tries to like animation break the burn hot or something. That's what I remember. That was the little shit on one of the set bonuses or something. It was the little memo. Look, they're deliberately getting dicked. But guess what? Blue Hunter, you're not getting dicked. You're dicking everyone. That's why Blue Hunter guides are bussing, and you should definitely switch to blue. Just main blue. Fuck the other lines. They're fun, but fuck them. Blue is the best. Blue is the way. Alright. See you guys. I hope I don't see you in Moors, cause I'm gonna fuck you up. Maybe. I hope.